From war refugee to inspiring role model, today Luka Modric is recognized as one of the best soccer players in the world, but at no point was success guaranteed. At the time of the Balkan War in 1991, Luka Modric was born in Zadar. When he was 6 years old, his grandfather was tragically shot and murdered, leaving young Modric to become a refugee. Triumphantly, he overcame this tragedy through his participation in exemplary skills in football, leading Croatia to a world final and showing us that we are able to overcome any obstacle, no matter the situation we are in. Background of war. Since the spring of 1991, Yugoslavia had been consumed by a cruel, multi-sided war that had left hundreds of thousands dead, turned millions more into refugees, and horrified the entire world. Croatians had grown tired of foreign rule and yearned for their own sovereign nation. At the same time, many ethnic Serbs living in Croatia opposed the succession and wanted Serb-claimed lands to be in a common state with Serbia. This source of contention slowly avalanched past ceasefires, subsequently placing the Republic on the brink of an armed conflict. The war had also been part of a purposeful and rational strategy planned and carried out by the minority of political actors in Serbia, who were most threatened by democratizing and liberalizing currents within the Serbian Communist Party. The war was begun precisely because of the relative strength of homegrown pressure for political pluralism and support for liberal democratic values. The war ended in 1995 with hundreds of thousands dead, and in 1999, Kosovo's battle for independence succeeded only after another bitter war. Luka's tragedy. On December 8, 1991, violent Serbian militia stormed Modraki, a small village near the Velebit Mountains in northern Dalmatia, and brought terror on Croatian families who hadn't escaped. One of those caught in the crossfire was Luka Modric's grandfather, who was walking his cattle up an abandoned street when he was cornered by a group of Serbians along with 6 other elderly civilians. They were taken to the town of Jesenice and executed in cold blood. In the following weeks, landmines would be deposited around much of the town, and death threats to the family practically became a daily occurrence. The idea was to send a message to other Modrici residents that they must leave their town behind. Luka's home was burned to the ground, and his home region would become one of the epicenters of war, and his father would be forced to join the Croatian military. Backed by the Yugoslav army and nationalist volunteers from Serbia, the local Serbian contingent would capture the surrounding area around Modrici in an effort to cut off communication and transport between the two parts of the country. The next 7 years of their lives would be spent in hotel rooms, a decision that was made solely to escape the threat of violence. His life as a refugee. When the war started, he became a refugee while only 6 years old. He lived in Hotel Kolovar for many years, where he struggled financially. They faced grenades and bullets as conflicts raged. In the hotel, he would have to dodge massive craters from the regular bombings that the hotel would receive. Modric grew up practicing soccer in the hotel's empty parking lots and remembered hearing grenades in the background. Despite all these constant threats, Modric always loved football. One worker even said, Luka and his football were probably responsible for more windows breaking at the hotel than the bombs ever were.
When you see photographs from my childhood, you always see me with a football by my side. From an early age I started playing in the street, but it was my father who made me take the game more seriously, enrolling me in the local football school when I was just 7 years old.
Modric's transformation. In 2012, he was signed by Dinamo Zagreb, a professional Croatian football club, at age 16, making a personal deal with Zadar, a former Croatian football administrator and sports agent. However, Dinamo Zagreb didn't believe in him as a good player, so when he reached 18, he was sent out on loans, first to St. Vicky in Bosnia, and then into Herzegovina, probably the most brutal European league at the time. Then in the 2004-2005 season, he was sent to Inter Zaprishki, another Croatian football club. In 2005, while still in the 2004-2005 season with Inter Zaprishki, he was recalled into Dinamo Zagreb, where he signed a 10-year contract. While playing in Dinamo Zagreb, the big European league started to take notice of Modric's talent. After playing with Dinamo Zagreb, Modric was sold to Tottenham for $38 million. After playing with Tottenham, he was later sold to Real Madrid. Chairman of the Premier League football side Tottenham Hotspur, Daniel Levy, said, "Luka has been a terrific player for us, and while we prefer not to part with him, we are pleased that it is to Real Madrid." However, while in Real Madrid, he was named the worst transfer of 2012. Despite all this, he was able to prove everyone wrong with his skill, and his triumph began. Modric's triumph. Even though Modric had a rough start, now he is known as one of the world's best midfielders, and many people praise his talent. He is the best player in Europe, and he doesn't have any more space at home for all the trophies he keeps receiving, Radan Krluka, Croatian defender, said. Harry Redknapp, former Tottenham manager, also said, "He's a hell of a player and a manager's dream. He trains like a demon and never complains. He will work with and without the ball on the field and can beat any defender with a trick or with a pass. He could get into any team." Luka also has many other achievements he has obtained. Luka won La Liga title 2017, Champions League 2014, 2016, 2017, 2018, and Copa del Rey 2014. Luka Modric was also selected to play for his country Croatia in the World Cup. He led his team to the World Cup final as captain of the Croatian team. Modric said, "It was the biggest match in my career, and playing for your country in the final of the World Cup, the biggest sporting event on the planet, is unique." Luka Modric won UEFA Man Player of the Year 2017-2018, and he also won FIFA's Best Player of the Year award 2018. "It's very important," Modric states. "There's no bigger reward than being chosen by so many people. I'd like to thank all the people who've helped and supported me all this time."
A lot of years that an individual award goes to someone who's not Messi and Ronaldo. Maybe the first of many for Luka Modric?
We'll see. I'm not thinking about it now. I'm just so happy that I got this award. There is so many great players in the world, like you mentioned these two and others, and to win it before all of them, it makes you feel proud, and you know that your work is paying off, and that with this all my dreams come true.
Conclusion. We found out that Luka Modric had a really rough childhood, and he also had many failures in soccer, as people wouldn't believe in him as a good player. Modric had many failures on his way to become successful. However, he overcame everything and is one of the best soccer players in the world. You should take away that no matter how much hardships you have in life, you can always overcome them and become something great.